What explains the delay in the Supreme Court issuing a ruling on Trump's immunity claim? All right, well, let's have one of you experts, first of all, explain what is the immunity claim. This is one of his 4 trials that he was supposed to have before the election took place. You know, don't get me started on that because I go off on that every week. They should have done this. They had all the time in the world. Merrick Garland, another useless apparatchik from the Democratic Party who couldn't get it done. The immunity claim. This is the one where Trump is claiming that you can't put me on trial for anything because as president, I can basically do anything, including kill people, right?
I had immunity.
And it's 114 days, I read, that the Supreme Court has had this. Is there any...
The latest episode of Real Time with Bill Maher featured a powerful conversation with former Governor Andrew Cuomo and former Congressman Adam Kinzinger. Their discussion was sharp, honest, and deeply relevant, touching on the chaotic state of American politics both at home and abroad. A major focus of the episode was the Supreme Court's delay in ruling on Donald Trump's presidential immunity case. Cuomo and Maher didn't mince words. They criticized what they see as a slow and increasingly politicized judicial system. With over 100 days passed and no decision made, this isn't just a delay, it's damaging public trust in one of America's most important institutions. What should have been a straightforward legal decision now feels, as Maher put it, like a group project that never gets finished. The real worry? That the courts appear more concerned with political appearances than delivering justice. For a public already losing faith, the timing couldn't be worse.
It's one thing when you put out a big landmark decision like Roe versus Wade and you do it at the end of a term because, abortion's been a certain policy for 50 years. This is a time of the essence, and somebody is trying to delay. That said, even if it comes out next week, there is still, Judge Chuckin gave 88 days until the trial started. I could see her still starting the trial in September. Donald Trump will say it's too close to the election, and she'll say, you're the one that appealed. I was ready to go at the beginning of the year. So I still think it's possible that this goes.
Yeah, but you know what's scary about this, from my point of view? The trials in New York, you had Florida, Georgia, and 2 in New York. The 2 trials in New York, New Yorkers said, 66% said the justice system is politicized. And there's nobody in New York who likes Trump. And still, 60.
One of the most eye-opening moments of the episode focused on Donald Trump and his remarkable ability to turn legal troubles into political strength. Maher and Cuomo broke down how, despite facing serious charges, like those in the New York hush money trial, Trump's influence continues to grow. What would typically end a political career has instead become a fundraising goldmine and a rallying cry for his supporters. Each indictment seems to bolster his image as an outsider battling a rigged system. To his base, the legal challenges aren't seen as proof of guilt. They are seen as proof that the establishment is out to get him. It's a narrative Trump has mastered. By framing himself as the target of political persecution, he keeps his name in the headlines, strengthens loyalty among his followers, and remains at the center of the national conversation, even when that spotlight is supposed to be about his legal issues.
The same price for these verdicts because they believe it is political. And you want to talk about a threat to democracy. When you have this country believing you're playing politics with the justice system, and you're trying to put people in jail or convict them for political reasons, then we have a real problem.
But the conversation wasn't just about Trump. Cuomo and Kinzinger zoomed out to explore how this era of legal and political drama is impacting the broader justice system. They highlighted a troubling trend, the growing public perception that the courts are being used to settle political scores. Even if that's not the reality, the perception alone is dangerous. Faith in institutions meant to be neutral is eroding. Rather than offering clarity, legal battles are deepening the country's political divide. Both parties now routinely use legal challenges as tools for fundraising and messaging, turning every indictment or investigation into a partisan flashpoint. While Trump may be the most prominent example, this isn't just about him. It's becoming a standard tactic across the political spectrum. The consequence? More division, growing distrust, and a shrinking sense that the system is working for the people.
The one he got convicted for. was the greatest fundraising bonanza
Yes.
ever. He was lagging behind Biden, and now he's pulled quite a bit ahead. That trial was the greatest reason people
Yes.
had to send their checks for 5, 10, 25, whatever dollars to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, it's a Hobson's choice always with him, because he's always guilty.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not guilty of any of these crimes, but the repercussions might be worse. I mean, this is something politicians always had to face. Remember when Obama came to office, they were like, how can you not put those people in jail, those Wall Street people? And Obama was like, yeah, that would feel good, and it is the right thing to do, but it's also more the wrong thing to do, because it'll tank the whole economy. Those are the kind of tough decisions that you have to make. So I was always with you on the one in New York, the hush money trial. I don't think they should have brought that one. It was just always going to look like a sex case, and people were always just going to look at it that way. So anyway,
That case, the Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president from the former AG in New York, I'm telling you, that case would have never been brought. And that's what is offensive to people. And it should be, because if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system.
just heard the one about trying to overthrow the
Yeah.
government of
Yes.
the United States. That's the main thing. He tried to overthrow the government of the United States.
There's no denying that Trump's legal strategy, framing himself as the ultimate political outsider, has been effective so far. But Maher and the panel raised a key point. This approach could eventually backfire. If the legal cases result in convictions, or if independent voters grow tired of the endless controversy, his political momentum could begin to fade. Trump's dominance of the news cycle is a double-edged sword. While it keeps him relevant, it also keeps his legal troubles constantly in the spotlight. For some voters, the ongoing drama may lead to fatigue. And if the public starts to view his courtroom appearances not as political persecution, but as evidence of serious wrongdoing, the consequences could be significant for his long-term political future. Ultimately, the discussion wasn't just about Trump. It was about what his story says about American politics today, the fragility of public trust, and the unsettling way in which the justice system is being dragged into the political arena.